Hello, my dear ones. It's Svetlana here with you again. Today, we'll continue adding beauty. It's time to animate our little rocks, make them more dynamic. Let's select the image of our asteroid, go to Material Settings, and find the Tile Sheet section. Add another one to the existing one. Rename it immediately to Rock Rotation. Going to the UV Editing tab, you can recall that our tile sheet has a grid of 5 by 4. For now, set the frame rate to 10. Next, make sure that the newly added tile sheet is selected. Create an action for it. Name it Rock Rotation as well. We have a total of 20 frames, so the action's length will be from 0 to 19. This time, we'll have a looped animation. So leave the loop checkbox active. Now, go to Object Properties. In the Armor Props section, we need to add the created tile sheet to the object. In the Tile Sheet field, choose Rock Rotation. In the Appearing Action field, select Rock Rotation. Let's run the game. Well, that looks much better, doesn't it? Now, let's make our asteroids a bit different from each other in size, so they are not so identical. To do this, we need to go to the Rock Spawn logical branch. Right after spawning, we'll set a random size for the new asteroid. Let's get the Set Object Scale block and connect it from the Spawn Object block. Specify the object from the Spawn block as well, because we will change the scale of the newly spawned object only. To set random values for the scale, we need to get a vector block and connect the random float block to it. It may seem simple, connect random ranges to the required axis and be happy. By the way, don't forget to set a unit in the z-axis because if you leave it as 0 you won't see the asteroids anymore as their scale will be 0. Well, let's see. You won't be happy. If we give values from the random block onto channels, it means different values will be onto channels. See where this leads? For example, let's set the range from 10% to 100, or if you prefer fractions, then the range is from 1/10 to 1. Just look at what happened to the asteroids. This is all because one value is passed to the x-axis and a completely different one to the y-axis. So, we need to introduce a local variable for the rock base object. Let's select the base, go to Object Properties, and find the Armory Props section. In the Empty Properties window, add a variable of type float. Let's name it Rock Scale. Now, when spawning an asteroid, we will save a random value in this variable, and then distribute this value to the scale along the x and y axis. Add the Set Object Properties block. Plug it in right before spawning. In the Property field, specify the variable Rock Scale. To the value input, attach the random block. Now, get the Get Object Properties block and connect it to both axes on the vector block. In the Property field, be sure to use the variable name, Rock Scale. Let's run the game. Now, everything looks beautiful. Now we can reduce the scale range. We don't need small asteroids for now. Let's set the range from 17s to 1. Another way to add some randomness to the game is to set a rotation angle for the asteroids when they appear. This should not apply to the base, as the base should be strictly oriented towards the center of the screen. We will set a random angle for the asteroid image. Let's create a new logical branch. Let's name it Rock Image. Immediately attach it to the Rock Image object. We need to rotate the object to a random angle once when it appears. For this, we need the OnInit block and the Set Object Rotation block. In this block, we can only specify fixed values. We cannot connect a random block to it. So, let's get the rotation block. As always, Switch it to a human-readable mode, axis angle in degrees. We will rotate it along the z-axis, so change 0 in the z-axis field to something else, for example, 1. And to the angle channel, connect a new random integer block. The range is from 0 to 359. Now we have more chaos on the screen. This looks much more beautiful. That's enough for today. Rest. Goodbye for now.